All right, now we're recording. This wasn't basically on my radar at all. Not even for brainstorming this weekend that passed. This is more something that's honestly it keeps coming into my visual. And by that means every time I look at this stock this whole weekend, it's like I like it and then I don't. Then I like it, then I don't. Then I like it, then I don't. Then I'm like, it's pretty cheap, it's pretty decent. Why not make this a weekly core play? So as you guys can see, the big thing here. This is ALXN, by the way. Nice trending flag. Channel is nicely intact. Coming off of what we can call a triple bottom, that 92.47, that area. 95.12, higher low. Previous before the 92.47 was 96. So we got, I mean, a funky inverse head and shoulders, which is not too bad. But other than that, I like the setup long term. The question is, how long is it going to take for this move to play out? We can play earnings, 125 calls for October 18th. I mean, I got to see when do they report. About 10/24, so more October 25th. Those would be the plays to play for us. This had basically come down nicely, bounced off this level. We need a confirmation above 110.24. That's a very important key level for us to get above. As you can see in the past, I'll show you guys. Sometimes, I mean, I'm hoping we don't gap up tomorrow because we want to get in, but I might chase. I'm not upset about that, but I'll buy time. Look at the price action below it, again, same. And we have this right here. It's basically similar. So my targeting on this one is 115 this week, but we're not going to play the 115 calls until we are confirmed above 110.24. I don't want to gap up. If the gap up does happen, it needs to be a continuation gap up. So in this case, we want something around the 14 SMA. Actually, I'm sorry, the 30 SMA, which is, let me clean this up. 30 SMA has me at 108.34. So this is going to be a very interesting play. I like it. I think we can make some great money off this long term. We can play this the next 4 weeks. We can play this until earnings. Monthly's closing. I've been looking at a lot of weeklies and a lot of monthly charts and a lot of quarterly charts because the monthlies and the quarterly charts close this Friday. I like this inside weekly. It's beautiful. I look at past performance with setups like this, inside candles, how it performs the following week. It has a nice upside. If you can look at this one here, was this the 617? Inside, this is actually an outside candle here, followed by a nice move, 14-point move. We got a vacuum that needs to happen on the 15 on the daily. And we have a vacuum that needs to happen on the 30, which is going to be possibly by about 2 to 3 weeks. Monthly is where I'm at. Monthly is where I'm at because this monthly needs to happen ASAP. We have been below the 14.3 SMA for 3 months. It usually doesn't trade that low for a long time, for a long period of time. It usually vacuums back up within 2 to 3 months. So the vacuum we have here is set at around 120.60. Now, if this hits and we get the 111s and it hits 115 this week, those 111s, depending on the price we get them at, 60, 50, 40, 30, they're looking around $5, $4, which is not bad. But I'm loving how this monthly is. I like this bottom here. It's possibly bottomed out. Similar to, I don't know if it was URI. No, it was actually BKNG had like a similar setup like this, where how it flagged in a bearish way, but it basically found its bottom at near the red bar. So ALXN is definitely at the top of my list this week. Looking at it going into Monday. Now I'm gonna go over the stuff we brainstormed this week. I'm putting some new plays. First and foremost, HA. You guys know I'm not big on open interest. I'm not big on anything like that. But Friday, somebody got in this play an hour before the close and bought the 130 calls. I'm liking the 135. Actually, sorry, 135 calls. I'm liking the 140 calls. No real open interest there. I don't think there's any open interest there. I actually looked at it. And the inside monthly on this one is beautiful. And usually it's explosive to follow. As you can see here, June inside, then outside up. So it was a 12-point move that time, but it has bigger moves. The more we get closer to all-time highs, the bigger the moves. So I want to see, I mean, this month is 17 points right now. Last month was 24 points. They report in November. I'm targeting 140, 142-ish. So around 144, 145. Depending, the spread is horrible. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. That's why I'm gonna be the bait. I'm gonna be the bait. I'm going to buy in, and then we go from there. But this is definitely on the list. This is a monthly play for us. This is the one I really like the most. This is the one that has my attention, similar to Crew. So that's another one that's on my radar. HAE. HON caught my attention. This was Friday. I was out eating. HON is definitely on the radar. HON is not a new play. HON is actually an old play. It's an old favorite. Made a lot of money on this one. Doesn't mean I'm gonna make it again in the short term, but long term definitely has that setup. I like how it's based at 165.73. Very beautiful. Previous breakout level honestly was 165.73. This level is very important level here. So they broke out above it, found support off of it, targeting 183 in the long term. End of year, about 190-ish. I would like that. Maybe January 190s. That's a 12-point move from here. I'm sorry. That's a 12-point move. No, that's a 22-point move. I'm sorry. But I like these. I was looking at the 170s and the 172.50s. 172.50s to open, I'm not too sure about that yet. But I want them to close this around 172.34. If they can close a monthly around 172.34, sets us up for 177.50 calls three weeks out. I like the 177.50 calls 3 weeks out because we have time. So playing this, instead of playing the weeklies, best to play the monthlies. Play for the gray bar 177.69 since we're trading above the 165.73, which is mid bar of the gray bar upper and the gray bar lower down here. So if you don't understand that, basically you have, this is upper gray bar, lower gray bar, and this is the median. Keep that in mind, okay? Bounce off the 14, somewhat near the 30 SMA, which makes it more healthy. I like the trend. The trend is beautiful. So this is definitely on radar for this week. Monthlies and weeklies. Monthlies would be October 18th. So keep that in mind. If you want to buy even more time on that, do so. I'm going off the top of my head. W Day was another one on the list. I like W Day a lot. Monthly's nice. I mean, they keep it like this. I'm happy with that. Honestly, I would like them to close it somewhat at the 14 SMA, 178. Even take the 180 calls for this week wouldn't even be that bad. But then take some monthly 190s, October 18th, or if there's even November. But October 18th, 190s or 195s would be the best. We need to get above the 185.93 double bar. You guys know how I am about double bars. Double bars are very important. These are your double bars here. Lower and upper. We get above that, we're getting a move to red bar, which is 198.62, or in other terms, that's upper gray bar. So this is lower gray bar, this is upper gray bar, and this is our median here. So this is our average. I like this. I like where the price is at. Can happen, honestly, this week we can get a vacuum straight to 180. That will be like around 182. That will put those calls in. We'll get a good profit, but I want to look more long-term. You guys, I don't want you guys taking too many weeklies. I want you guys to focus more on long-term plays. That's where the money's at too, trust me. If you can pay, the price you can pay for a weekly, let's say the 180s are 20 cents. For this one, the 185s a week out would be 20 cents. The 187.50s 3 weeks out from that would be 20 cents. Like, You get the gist of it, of how to get into a strike. What makes more sense? Should I pay 20 cents for this week's gamble, or pay 20 cents for next week, to where if it gets to this week, that's a gamble and it actually confirms and it gets close to that target of those gambles, which would be a lotto, like 182.50 or 185 would be a lotto for this week. Looking at next week's 185s would be the best thing to do. So whatever I lotto should be a core for 2 weeks out. So I like W day. I mean, you guys are great at reading charts lately. You guys been paying attention using 14 and 30 SMA. People want to focus on fibs. Fibs are there for confirmation as well. 14 and 30 SMA usually lines up to the fibs. And I'm talking about, I was looking at iShares, LQD. I mean, this is going to be a risky play, but in a sense, I like the setup. I like the monthly. I just love it. I looked at some volume into Friday. Somebody bought in a nice chunk. It has an inside monthly. Next outside would be about 130, 154. Taking the 130 calls, possibly trying to get those under 10 cents. If you get those under 10 cents, you can get out at 60 cents. If it gets to 130, 154 by expiry October 18th. 14 and 30 SMA are getting that point to where we get that cross here. Send us to 131 here. Come back down. Not sure when, but we'll definitely test the 14 SMA around 125. So the 14 SMA played out. This will be a bounce area here going into next year. Not sure what's going to happen, but I like LQD. Another one on my list going into this week. I mean, we have HSY ready. We already got in that for next week. I don't need to talk about NEO. NEO is NEO. It is a lotto, plus we have time. And as you guys know, lottos are very risky. This is HSY. I thought it was purposely held down last week. I mean, let's be honest. Look at towards the end of the day when they flushed it. Made no sense. It could have hit those 155s. So that's why I was like, you know what? Let's buy the 155s for next week instead of buying the 157.50s. 157.50s are going to actually be cheaper by Monday, by open. This is a monthly chart. So what I'll do is I'll do an extension using lows here for 2018 lows to not 2018 highs, but closing highs, and then pulling back to 2019 lows to open. And then we want to see that base of 156.77. So they're going to possibly get us to 157 this week. This purple level here, you guys know how I feel about the purple levels, usually a magnet. After it's done broken out, retraces back below it, and then goes back above. We got the H4. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. When I see a setup like this, I honestly prefer a retest of the 14 SMA. Because right now we're inside of, we already vacuumed. The vacuum happened from down here. Oops, sorry. So the vacuum already happened below. Let me get my points in place. Price came down here, vacuumed straight up to the 14, came inside, but it vacuumed to the 30 sideways, which is interesting. Usually I like it to go up, down, up, bounce off 14, then retrace back. And then light hold above it and then break out. So to get to 154.74, which is 30 SMA, we need to close above the 30 SMA by Tuesday. If we don't get the close by 30 SMA by Tuesday, we're going to get out of our 155s, and we are going to get back in them on a retest of the 14 SMA, depending on how they want to do this one. I want to see us at least gap down a little bit, add to the position, and then 14 will basically trace out around 156.77. Would like to see it close like that. That would be nice. And also I'm looking at something like this. Look at that. I like these things. Megaphones. They just rolled it up all the way to the top. Then they brought it all the way down. So I want to see them do the same thing. Roll up to the top. Focus on the 14 and 30 SMA. And then rip it up around here. There's a little gap fill to be done at 158. So by some time, we can take the 157s next week. We have the 155s. We can add to those this week. But you guys getting the bigger picture for this one as well.
HSY. I got to get to hum. I mean, I got to get to it. I got to get to hum. Not hum. We'll get to hum after this. Actually, let's get to hum now. Let's just focus. Let's get to hum right now. Look. Hum, am I bearish? Heck no. I'm still bullish. There was two different outcomes for this to work out, and we actually talked about this. What got me is still in the channel. We touched the upper of this channel. Could have broke out, but it didn't. Came back down. I want to see hum bounce off that 275. Give me that 14 SMA test. We get that test there. And then from there, we're going to get long. We're going to get long with time. I'm targeting 285. 285 with time, definitely. Got a dividend next Thursday, not this Thursday coming up. Just once some gets here, we hold, we need to get that hold above 279.73. If they can do that by Wednesday, 280-250 calls are in play for this week. I want to bounce here and a green hammer possibly here. 278 retest, and then you know what happens when we get over the 14, the mid fib. I mean, when we get over the lower fib, which is the blue level here, this is lower fib, blue level, mid fib is green level, and upper fib is purple level. So when we get back above the lower fib, it always touches mid fib and it goes straight to the upper fib. So keep that in mind. I like what they did though. They brought us back down to possibly one more test. I just see a lot of things coming into play this week. Regeneron's not even on my list, but I saw some volume into close. I saw a lot of things for that one too. Where was getting at? Dow. We got to get to Dow. Dow, yes. Dow, I was kind of upset this week. And it wasn't even for the play. We've milked this already. We made 1,000% each week on Dow. Even Friday was 1,000% for those that played the 48s. What got me with Dow, I mean, this flag is beautiful. What I was praying for, I really wanted a 46 test. I wanted us to come somewhere around here, 46.84. I wanted the test to be here. Why? Because this would have vacuumed up the 30 SMA that we have. This is the H4, by the way. I think, no, it actually was on a daily chart. Yes, it was a daily chart, 46. I wanted us to test the 14 SMA, and if we test the 14 SMA, that's when I wanted to get long 50 and 52.50 calls for the next earnings coming up. People have been buying this, not people, but there's a player buying this, and I've been watching it. I love it. Setup is 100% bullish to me. Above 48.15, hold that. By Tuesday, I'm looking at 51.69 to 52.50 calls for October 18th. They report, we already spoke about this, but they report 1027 or something. So I was thinking about November's as well. Well, this is a nice play. If this can hold 48.15, I want this pull back to the 14 SMA. Give me a gap down hammer. Give me that 46 touch, and I'm going long 48 calls for the week. And I'm definitely gonna even go add to the 49s. But this is a great play. I love it. Also, IIPR, I'm still looking at. This was definitely a possible Donald play. I want more of a pullback on this one. Test is 90. I'm taking 100 calls and 105 calls for October. I like it. I just love this setup. As you can see here, top of the channel, should hit around. I mean, this is an H4, so this is actually different. Let me look at an extension going for this real quick. I feel like this can move like ORLY. By that meaning it'll psych us out and then it will just take off. Targeting 105. If we get that 14 SMA pullback, if we can get a gap down, hit that 90.28, I'm a bull. And as long as we hold this 94.57, I'm a bull to 105. So 105s are pretty decent as well. They're not that bad. I'm looking at 105s here. They're trading $1 by $1.35. We get 105 by October 18th. Honestly, like I said, flatten it out. You doing my right face picture perfect. 23rd, we opening up 112. They'll be around 112 for the 105s. If we get a $2 pullback, It'll be around 76. A $3 pullback, I'll be stretching it sometimes, I know, but a $3 pullback is actually around the 14 SMA. We get there, these 105s become 62. And then by October 18th, let's say we get a move to 106, would be 11-point move. Let's say that. Those 105s at 60 cents become $3. It still wouldn't be that bad. And if I even pushed it to the 18th, 105 still wouldn't be as too bad. But the smartest thing would be to take the hundreds. If we get that pullback that I really want, I would actually play safer to go for the hundreds, the 100 calls. Oh, let me clean this up. 100 calls at 220. $2 pullback for those would be $1.59. Getting them under $1 would actually be the best interest for me. $1.34, mid 150. I paid max 180 for these calls. Would actually be safer. It'll be 5%. It will be 5 points in premium, so that would be nice, which is 500%. So that's IIPR. We have the knock 400 that I'm still holding as well. As both of you are still holding as well. I mean, you guys see the news over the weekend. That doesn't mean anything to me. Knock's been getting a lot of different positive news. Nothing bad, nothing crazy. Look at that daily vacuum down, though. What I should have paid attention to was Thursday's action. I didn't look at the daily chart. I was looking at short-term charts. And what I should have paid attention to was this candle. It closed below Wednesdays. Fridays is confirmed. They retested it. Then they didn't break the 377.96. That was an automatic short. I wasn't paying attention to that. That's why I messed up at. So the question is, what are they going to do? That was basically close to a flat close. And by flat close, I mean close near the low of the day. Usually, when this happens, just by looking at this, I'm going to show you right now, we might get a gap down to an 8-point gap down, and then a hammer off of that. This is me. I love to buy blood. This is the candle we have here, and then we have this candle here, right? Broke below 1430 SMA. Came all the way down, hammered off, and then it took off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days to all-time highs, to a new all-time highs, right? So we get a hammer down, we come down here. Let me actually undo that. We come down here, and then we bounce off, and then we get somewhere around, this is where we get the 390s, 400s, which is going to be possibly October 18th. They're really holding this down. It's an ascending triangle more so than anything else. You guys see news, you can't keep getting excited when you see news so much. That's why I just wait, because I want to see the price action. The price action trumps news over anything. News could be positive, it could be negative, just like earnings. Use my Fibonacci retracements inside of my extension. Red bar will be the test. 359.74. I'll definitely go long 365s. Need to see exactly what would those open at too. This is knock. Puts are pretty cheap too to open. Take those quick profit and then switch over long. So let's say we get, let's clean this up. An 8-point drop tomorrow. 365s would be 263. The 370s would be under $1. Let's look at a 9-point drop, just in case they want to push it. 367.50s would be $1.25, which I would prefer. Test that, come back up, retest 377s by Thursday, and then rip hard Friday. So if I get there, let's simulate this. 125 for the 367.50s. Let's reset that. Thursday. We are at 377 already, so we're up 9 points. So those are now worth $9 each, which is still not too bad. Then another extra, I mean, let's look at you gotta look at the ranges too. So weekly ranges are important to look at. At 359.74, gonna be interesting. Touch that 359.74 and then close back again. They're gonna keep playing with this. I just see it. I can see it happening. Hammer here. It's just 361. Last week's range was 15 points. So if we got down to 360, let's say we got down to 361, 15 points off of 361. It's about 377, so still not too bad. $15-point range is not bad. Like the 377s won't even be good to take unless it's Thursday. But the 367.50s are ideal for me. Even the 372.50s. I didn't even look at the price on those. But minus 9 points to open the 23rd. I mean, the 370s are still nice as well. 70 cents. 372.50s are 40 cents. Plus 9. You got to get a range from this. So 10 points, 69. Let's even go to 74. Let's do plus 9. So plus 9 from open. Pulls back 9, plus 9, about 18. I'm just doing some mental math in my head. You guys probably might not understand it, but you'll get it down the line. So plus 9 on 27. So those 372s, we want what's that, 11 points? Nope. 11 points. Nope. 9 points. Okay, 377s. Those 372.50s would be $5 from 40 cents, which is still not bad. The 63s for 370s would be $7.30. The $1.25s would be $9.72, which would be the most safest bet there, which I would like that. So keep that in mind for knock. Those 400 calls will probably go worthless. Which, I mean, they're basically lottos in a sense, but we would need like a explosive move to happen. Prue, I don't need to go over that. Prue, we already locked in profit. Now we're just riding it. I'm looking for Prue to get beaten down again. And then I want to get into the 90s for October. 95 for October. So we got into the 85s for this month. I want to get into the 95s for October for Prue. And October 95s are pretty decent. But I feel like we get them cheaper. This is how much we paid. I mean, we paid more than this for the 90s. So the 95s, I definitely would take them as well. Let those do their thing too. I mean, at the time we got into the 85s, the 95s are probably like 12 cents, which I took those as well. Let's see what by this come Monday. I mean, we gapping up about 33 cents. Still has a vacuum that needs to happen. So Nice inside weekly. 95s look promising. I mean, at this level, we need a weekly close above 89.47 for Prue. We're gonna do it down to. We already got. I mean, Prue is already. I call it season 1, episode 1. Season 2 is gonna be basically getting in the 95s for October, and even the 97.50s. We can play those as well, just to get a premium, get some premium juice out of that. Move this out the way. You can't see it, but I can. Okay, where it says hide floating meeting controls. Yes, they made that. They updated it. Thank you. Perfect. All right. So the 97. Oh, there's no 97s. I mean, who needs the 97s? So like I said, by October, let's say within a couple of weeks, October 18th, we would need these at, let's say we hit 98. Let's just say that happens. Nope, that's not. Oh, that's wrong. All right, enter 98. 10 points. 10-point monthly moves. Why does it keep giving me 100? That would be awesome, though. We will all celebrate. 10 points. 99. Right near 100. I'll do 98. 98. So 98. Enter. Let's do 9 points. Oh, what the freak? All right, 9 points by the 18th, right? So 95s would be around $3, 10 bags. Before that, within 3 weeks, why we can't see? Why not? Why we can't see it? So 1, 2, 3 weeks. Here, it will be here. So that is what gets me. So we got charts, inside week. I want to see it back into 95.11, 96.74 in 3 weeks, even 2 weeks. 96. Let's try that. That's this week. Next week, I'm thinking about. Let's go to October 7th. 89. 7 points. I mean, these still would be good. Long-term hold, it will be good. I mean, any pullbacks, I mean, it will deplete their options. That's another thing they got to pay attention to. But I like this. Neo already went over Neo. I'm going to go over it regardless. I'm calling a bottom in Neo. I'm calling a nice move, looking for 425, not this week, but we're looking for 425 by expiry for our October 11th and October 18th calls. September 2750 calls will max out will be 37 vacuum. 30 SMA vacuum here. 409 will be around 70 cents. Still not too bad. So if you added at 7 or whatever, awesome. I don't know how to access my thing. Can somebody do me a big favor? I don't know the shortcut to it, but can somebody type something in chat so I can get the thing to pop up? Oh, no, actually, I got it. Never mind.